What is going on, guys? Johnny on the track back with another video. And today we are talking Atlanta Motor Speedway, the only mile and a half super speedway we have on the Cup Series circuit. I'm excited. Atlanta has been pretty solid. I think maybe the spring race had a little bit more. Maybe we could have seen a little bit more. But overall, these last couple races and the next gen era with Atlanta have been spectacular. Obviously, the Xfinity Series at Atlanta has been great. I mean, at this point, you could call that the RCR Invitational with Austin Hill and Jesse Love. So Atlanta should be a great weekend. And of course, the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series will head to Lime Rock Park. I made a little short about Lime Rock Park. If you haven't checked that out, make sure you check that out. It's just, kind of giving some track facts and NASCAR's return there. I will be there up in Lakeville, Connecticut. I've got my ticket. I'll be there Saturday with a friend of mine. So excited to get to Lime Rock. I've never gone to a road course race. I've never done that, so I'm really excited. Even though it's just the truck series, I think, and ARCA will be there as well. But really excited for that truck race. Jordan Taylor, a guy, I think he races IMSA, but he raced in the Cup Series not too long ago for Hendrick. And yeah, he's in that race. He should put on a show. There's a lot of guys that I'm excited to see. Of course, Corey Heim, who's been dominant in the Truck Series. But want to talk Atlanta real quick before I do that. I want to start doing this at the beginning as close as I can for you all to hit that subscribe button down below. It means a lot. The channel is continuing to grow. So please, please, please hit that subscribe button if you're a first time watcher, viewer, listener, however you're consuming this. Hit that subscribe button down below via YouTube. Thank you very much. And now, without further ado, let's get into it. Atlanta, again, the only mile and a half super speedway we have on the circuit. One of three super speedways, along with Daytona and Talladega. And, I think you take a track like this and you just have to really play it by the numbers. The tip I always give to people when they bet super speedways is you bet small to win big, right? You bet medium to win large. And, if you bet huge, you'll win ginormous. But I live by bet small, win big because the odds are always in our favor with just this being kind of a crapshoot. You can be betting the guy with the fastest car, like an Austin Cindric, and he might get taken out with 3, 4, 5 laps to go. That's just how this stuff happens. So what I'm here to do is just give you the best rationale and the best guys that I think you should be taking a look at this weekend. So the team I'm high on, or the two teams I'm high on, the manufacturer I'm high on is Ford. If you look at driver averages at just overall at super speedways, whether that be Atlanta, Talladega, or Daytona, you're going to see a lot of names that come up. You're going to see a guy like Austin Cindric, who's got the best driver rating at super speedways in the next gen era. You're going to see Joey Logano, who has the second best driver rating among active drivers at super speedways. You're going to see Ryan Blaney at an 83.1. Again, a top six guy behind Chase Elliott and William Byron and Bubba Wallace as well. But I bring those names up because your Ryan Blaney's, your Austin Cindric's, your Joey Logano's are just guys that find ways to do it. They are also 1, 2, 3 in laps led at super speedways in the next gen era. Now that's overall super speedways. If you want to just go Atlanta in general, Ryan Blaney, 7 races, 6 top 10s since February of 2022 at Atlanta. He has a 109.9 driver rating. Get this. He's not one. His best finish is second. His low finish 17th. But he has an average start of 3.1. So I'm going to tell you right off the bat, you better look at Ryan Blaney to qualify for the poll. Because the guy is just always starting within the top five. Logano, same thing, average starting position of 5.4. And I'm going to key in on the average driver rating here. Blaney is 1, Logano is 2, and Cindric is 5, only again behind the two Hendrick Chevrolets of William Byron and Chase Elliott. William Byron, of course, has two wins. He has a win at Atlanta in this configuration. He's also got the multiple wins at Daytona, winning back-to-back Daytona 500. So William Byron is definitely underrated overall. In 14 races, he's got 8 top 10s as you look at kind of every super speedway we can look at. And, this is a guy, right, who also ranks in that top, 5 driver rating for most of these metrics. But to me, again, Cindric, Logano, and Blaney, that's Ford, that's Penske. That team is going to be elite. You throw in Josh Berry, who's led a lot of laps and worked well with his Penske, if you will, teammates. Those guys you have to be high on. You have to bet them if you have it. Winning team, Penske, I believe the number right now that's been circulating around is around plus 250. Let's see if I can get it on Rhode Island Sportsbook right now at this moment. Props. Do they have it? They do. It's plus 185. So I don't know. That might float a little bit, but I still think there's value at Team Penske and even Ford as the winning manufacturer at plus 125. You kind of couple those together, and you can have a good payday. So I'm very high on Penske. I think you have to be. The other team I'm high on is RFK. Ryan Preece, second to Austin Cindric at that Talladega race. Busher won Daytona a couple of years back. He's been spectacular. And Brad Keselowski, he's due, he's due, he's due. I mean, there's really no other way you can say it. He's been unlucky a lot this year. He's been unlucky a lot these past 4 years, or 3 years rather, in the next gen era at super speedways. I mean, the guy is due. He's led a heck of a lot of laps. He's led 137 laps at super speedways, and he has led. Let's go to Atlanta. He's led 68 laps at Atlanta in the 7 races. Not the best driver rating, but again, really good average running position when you break it down. It's just the finishes haven't been there because, again, he has not been very lucky. Overall, though, Brad Keselowski, Ryan Preece, and Chris Buescher are the other guys that I think you have to look at. That team is clicking. They're gelling. They always bring fast cars. Ford always brings fast cars to these super speedway races. So you've got to be high on Penske. You've got to be high on RFK. And you can take it a step further. If you bet Ford, right now you throw front row into that mix. You get a guy like Todd Gilliland, who, let's find his name on this nifty sheet. I know he's led a heck of a lot of laps at super speedways. Let's just fluctuate it this way. Apologies. He's led 24 laps at super speedways. So Todd Gilliland is another guy that again, can just get as part of that. He's led 65 laps, actually. That's what I was looking for. 65 total laps at Atlanta in the super speedway race. I mean, I remember last year, early in the season, he led the most laps at a super speedway race. Him and McDowell were kind of just switching off back and forth. So front row, we know they're good. We know they qualify well. Average start right around 14 for Todd Gilliland, and that's with some trash years qualifying for front row. He also, I think, probably was qualifying for Rick Ware Racing as well. So we know that front row is going to qualify well. I think those guys you can bet the pole as well. Todd Gilliland, Noah Gragson is another guy. Zane Smith, a possible guy that could win the pole. So look, overall, I'm high on Ford. I think you have to be. The numbers tell you that you have to be high on Ford. Here's another guy that I'm high on, and I think you got to prop him up. I think you got to go top 3, top 5, top 10. Corey LaJoie, I feel like overall has been humbled on just with his whole situation, now transitioning to broadcaster. He'll be racing for Rick Ware Racing. He was pretty darn solid, qualified his way into the Daytona 500, ran a lot of laps in the top 10, was battling up front for parts of that race at Daytona. I think Corey LaJoie is going to come with a new a newfound confidence. I feel like what we've seen from him in the TV booth and at, getting that opportunity back with Spire in the Truck Series, I'm excited for Corey. I just think he's got a new attitude, and we know he can race at super speedways. He's only 60 to 1 to win this race. That's ahead of guys like Gregson, like Custer, like Haley, like Herbst, like Zane Smith, Ty Dillon, SVG, Cody Ware. So the books are actually pretty high on Corey LaJoie, and rightfully so, because he has proved, and this is his best track. Atlanta is his best track. That's where he got his first career top five finish. Corey LaJoie, definitely one to watch this weekend. And I mentioned those two Hendrick Motorsports drivers, William Byron and Chase Elliott, very, very high driver rating at super speedways and at this very track. I'm high on Chase Elliott this weekend. I think he can really break out of a slump. He needs a win, right? Byron's got to win. Byron's got plenty of playoff points. Bowman's not in yet, but obviously Larson is in. So I think if things, turn out where maybe Byron and Elliott are leading a pack, I think they're going to try to get Chase Elliott a win because there's really, I mean, yes, there's road courses coming up. We've got another super speedway at the end. Dover is a track where Chase has run well, but this is a great opportunity to get in victory lane. And we know how this manufacturer stuff works. I feel like overall, Chase Elliott is up there at the end with a Larson, with a Bowman, with a Byron. They're going to try their best to get one of those guys, Elliott or Bowman. So I would honestly throw Bowman in that mix as well. But one of those guys, with the help of Byron and Larson, I think we could see a Hendrick Motorsports driver in victory lane. The last time we went here, things got a little crazy at the end, and Christopher Bell ended up winning, but not too high on Toyota. I feel like Bubba Wallace might be able to pull a rabbit out of a hat. But to me, this is all Ford. This is all Penske. It's going to be a little bit of RFK and possibly again Chase Elliott and Alex Bowman ending up in victory lane. Those are the drivers. Oh, Corey LaJoie as well. Can't forget Corey LaJoie. Those are the drivers that I want you guys to watch this weekend. You know where to find my final card, Johnny on the Track and Action Network at JOTT_podcast on X is where you can find everything. Want to know what you guys think? Who are you looking at? Who's going to shock the world? Is it Ryan Preece? Is it Chris Buescher? Is it Josh Berry maybe getting a second win this year? Is it Zane Smith, Todd Gilliland, somebody like that? Corey LaJoie, does he have that run? Put it in the comment section down below. Give this video a like. It goes a long way for the channel. And of course, please, like I said at the beginning, subscribe for more content. We're doing a bracket. I'm filling out my bracket, so you'll see that on tomorrow, actually, on Wednesday. That video will go up. And then I'm probably going to do one more little preview video about Lime Rock Park. So you can check that either most likely on Friday before I leave Saturday morning to get up to Lime Rock. Definitely going to do a lot of content from Northwest Connecticut at that track. So I'm excited about that. But like I said, please hit that subscribe button. Channel's continuing to grow. So I appreciate you guys watching, and let's go win some money on Saturday night is when this race is. Thanks for watching.